talk about it generally and publicly. So our aim is to let them know that they don't need to suffer in silence when help is readily available. Beautiful Mind believes that everybody deserves respect and love, regardless of their color, their religion, the sexual orientation, their education, their sexual orientation. This is an educative and informative show that wants you viewers to see beauty in everybody, regardless of what they are going through. You're welcome on board. Why don't you grab yourself a cup of tea, hot chocolate, coffee, water, soup, whatsoever that makes you feel comfortable. And, some people told me they love to have Gary even when they're watching this program. So whatsoever that makes you feel comfortable, because the atmosphere is different wherever you're watching from. So please, come along with us and please enjoy the show. And if you're just coming back from your work, I understand there's a heavy traffic, in Manchester here. Please, drive carefully whilst you enjoy the show on our radio. Peace and joy. You're welcome on board. Please connect with us on 079-603-91983. I repeat that, 079-603-91983. And if you want to call us via our telephone here in the studios, you can call us on 07061 248 7733 extension 5. I'll repeat that because even before the start of the show, my guests here, they've been having a discussion that you don't want to miss it. And I want you viewers to be part of this discussion. So please write this number down now. 0161 248 7733 extension 4. You can also WhatsApp yours with your message or your views or your comments on 079-603-91983. And you can also connect with us via our Instagram, Beautiful Mind Online, or on our Twitter, Beautiful Wonderful Mind, and on our Facebook as well, Beautiful Mind Online. Yes, send in your comments, your contributions on it, and we will try to read it out. I am so excited about this show. I told you before we even start the show, my guests, they have been discussing about what Christmas was like back home and what it is right now, and I want to hear your views. And the topic we are discussing today is what we love about Christmas. We love a lot of things, but I want to hear what you, that you're watching us right now, love about Christmas. Please do not go anywhere, because my two guests today are going to be blessing us. I have got my beautiful Ehinor in the studio, my beautiful sister. I call her my sister. Yes, she is a sister to me, because every time I call her, she just says yes. Thank you very much for coming here this afternoon. I'm a big brother, Tolu. Yes, he is an evangelist. Am I okay to call it evangelist Tolu or just Tolu?
Can't come in.
So, for the very first time, he has come to bless us on Beautiful Mind. So please, give him some Beautiful Mind welcome by helping us to share this video and send him some hearts, even via our online Facebook page. Yes, I want my guests to introduce themselves, because I believe nobody can introduce you better than you can introduce yourself. Right, Evangelist Tolu, I know you're looking at her. I want to surprise you.
Yeah.
Yes. Because you've not been on my show before, and I want viewers to really know who you are. Some people know you, but some people are meeting you for the very first time. Can you please introduce yourself to my viewers and listeners?
Right. Good evening, everyone, all the lovers of Beautiful Mind. My name is Tolu Oguntimehin. I'm a man of one wife and 3 children. And as you know, I co-presented the program called Oro Isiti Emi. That is the Word of Spiritual Enlightenment. It's a program that is centered on marriages, how we can add sweet harmony and some goodies to our marriages. So that's the program that I do, that God has mandated us to do. And at the same time, I have a studio as well, a TMedia studio. So that's pretty much about me.
I
I'm not
love
going to say a
one
lot.
part. I love one part that you said, a man of one wife. Wow, that is so beautiful. I don't think anybody has ever put it like that before. Thank you very much for coming to bless us
Thank you.
today.
Thank you.
Right, my beautiful, wonderfully made woman, can you please introduce yourself to my viewers and
Thank you, Adenika. Good evening, wonderfully made men and women watching right now and those that will watch later. My name is Ehinor Amedu. I'm the CEO for Wonderfully Made Woman, a charity that helps women and girls with confidence building in England and Wales. I am also the director of Team Believe UK. That's a company that helps African men and women who want to start, companies or charities. We provide advice and support. I'm also the director of Diaspora UK. I'm going to stop there. So
wow,
I'm going to stop there.
directors.
I'm gonna stop there.
I love that. This is a very wonderful and busy woman. Thank you very much for coming to bless us this afternoon.
My
I am
pleasure.
not taking your time for granted at all.
you.
Thank you.
so much
And you
for
heard
having
what
me.
she said. You have this idea in your mind. We're going into 2020 shortly, and you've been nursing these ideas. This dream has been in you. Don't let that dream die. This is the time for you to come out. She has said it. She's going to help you to make that that dream to be a reality, to make it come to life. So connect with her and she will help you. Yes, my name remains Adeyinka Adeomi, and I am your host of this beautiful program, Beautiful Mind That Come Life, every Wednesday from the studios of Beam TV and Peace and Joy. And we are reaching out to all over the world. Yes, we can get to all over the world when you, viewers, help us to share this video as well. And that is the part that you have to play. So please help us share this video so a lot of people will be able to be a blessing as well. Thank you very much. We are talking, the topic for today is what I love about Christmas. I believe we all love different things about Christmas, and I want to hear what you love about Christmas. So please, don't leave the show to just the three of us. Give us a call here in the studios and we will want to hear your views. Right, the atmosphere is always joyful. Everyone appears friendly and happy. Smiles and laughter are coming from everyone. That is the season of Christmas. That is the spirit of Christmas. So this is my very, very first question on today's show, Evangelist Tolu. Why is there such a great joy around Christmas?
Yes, thank you very much, my dear sister. I'm not surprised actually because unto us and unto the world a son is given, and that son is called Jesus Christ. Indirectly, wherever we find ourselves, either we're in a Muslim country or we are in a Christian country, we tend to join the other people to celebrate Christ. So technically, there's so much joy in here because God has given us a gift, which is Jesus Christ. And nobody celebrate Christ and will be in sadness. Nobody will celebrate Christ and they will be in sorrow. So technically, people are celebrating the gift that the God has given unto the world, which is Jesus Christ.
Thank you very much for that. That is so short and brief, but that is his own understanding why there's so much joy. I want to hear what you think. Why do you think there's so much joy, smiles and laughter in the world around this season? Right, Ehinor, how can someone guide against misplacement of priorities, during this celebration? Because we want to smile, we want to put joy, we want people to be happy. How can we guide against not misplacing our priority, during this season?
First of all, one has to realize that in as much as it is very important that we celebrate, Christmas is once a year. And because it's once a year and it's just one day in a year, one has to be careful how, one spends his or her own money. Is a time where people really go the extra mile, to buy gifts, especially people, in the UK, your children have asked for certain things, or your spouse, or you want to buy for family member. But don't forget that after 25th of Christmas, 25th of December, you're going to be paying bills. Maybe by 31st or 1st of January, and your children will be going back to school. So while we are spending, we're happy, we're celebrating, we should always have it at the back of our mind that after that there are bills to be paid. And also is because we have January to November to plan. You have 11 months, so to say. So if you really you're the type that really wants to buy stuff, it would be wise to also save towards Christmas. You know, that's what wise people would do. Like me, I save a particular amount for Christmas because this is a time that you want to buy gifts for your loved ones, maybe even help those in need. So if you save money towards that, you know, Christmas, then it's better. But please, I know it's also a time where people go, you know, to banks to get loan and credit cards and all of this. You know, so much madness right now. We need to be careful because it's just one day. You know, you can celebrate Christmas with even the little that you have and still be okay.
And you mentioned gift. Why is it important to give gift during Christmas? And is it a must?
I would not say it's a must. But then, God loves us so much that he gave his son, isn't it? So, you cannot love without giving, isn't it? You have to give. It's not a must. And these gifts we're talking about, even back home when we were growing up, it's just that these gifts were not wrapped under the tree for us. But we actually had gifts. It's just, the only difference now is there's so much hype about a particular gift. But even when we're growing up, we got gifts. But now, people, you know, especially the children, they will say, this is what I want and this is what I want. But even at that, it's not compulsory that you must give that gift. If you have it, fair enough. But if you don't have it, you honestly do not want to kill yourself over buying that gift.
Thank you. Thank you very much. It is not a must. You've said everything. And if at all you have to give something, you don't have to buy the most expensive things in the shop, and you don't have to break the bank for you to be a blessing to somebody or for somebody to appreciate what you're giving them. I believe it is the thought that actually matters. So please be wise even during this Christmas. And Evangelist Tolu, you were nodding.
Yes, must you have to give only during the Christmas period? That's the subject.
You don't have to give only Christmas, but we're responding directly because she said Christmas
period.
Giving should be a way of life, naturally.
Definitely.
But because we're asking, is it okay or is it a must to give during Christmas? Yes, it's not. You have to give, but it's not a must. But that doesn't mean after Christmas you shouldn't give.
Yeah, I think the mentality of people now is, like you said, something I wish I quite disagree, that you save towards Christmas. To me, why must I save towards Christmas?
Because I want to enjoy myself. I want to buy gifts for my children.
So you have to wait until Christmas before you enjoy yourself?
No, that we have different types of savings. Because for me, I'm a lawyer, if you don't know. Because I'm trying to restrict my answer to the topic, which is Christmas. Now, if you're going to celebrate Christmas, how I celebrate Christmas is different from how you would celebrate Christmas. And because I know Christmas is like maybe birthday of children as well. My son is going to be celebrating his birthday in January. I'm saving towards that as well. So it's not just Christmas. I save for practically everything. And that's because that's the way.
Yeah, I quite agree with you, but I'm just trying to
for Christmas, because Christmas is a time I want to give my children a particular gift. And if it's something that is expensive, I would rather spread the cost so that I'm not pressurized
when you get to that time.
I get to that time.
I understand that.
I think that's a reasonable thing to do rather than going for credit card
the thing that I pick up from what you said earlier was a lot of people, they pour hype into it, they went into loan, and they go extra mile, and they do things that is out of ordinary just to give. But from my own point of view, they shouldn't have to wait until that day. It should be part of their life to give. Come what May, Christmas, New Year, January, February.
Christmas is different. Christmas, why don't we eat turkey every day? Why don't we...
I eat turkey every day.
You eat it
I eat turkey.
And you roast it every day. I'm not
it.
talking of the wings now. I mean the main turkey.
My dear sister lawyer, I eat turkey.
No, You buy turkey every day.
Okay, we need to move to another. You can't argue with him. He said he eats turkey.
That is
and
it.
we have to just believe it. We just have
But
to
he knows
accept
that he doesn't do the main turkey.
I eat turkey.
No.
That is toppings.
But
We take the stuffings.
Ehinor said something that I really, really, we learn from each other.
Definitely.
We don't know it all,
Oh,
I
yeah.
believe.
Oh, yeah.
And when I come across people, and before the show you were talking about how we used to do Christmas back home in Africa and how it is here and why the difference. And she said, I've tasted both worlds and I can tell you I prefer it back there than here. And some of you might have said, I've done it before, I didn't have to save. And when it's Christmas, I had to spend a lot of money. And she's giving us some wisdom idea now that you can actually, if you believe in giving during Christmas and you want to give during Christmas, again, it is a personal choice. Nobody will criticize you, will condemn you or judge you for giving during Christmas. After all, God gave us Jesus. And it is the act of giving during Christmas. But you can plan towards that. You can save towards that. You don't have to wait and say, I have to borrow money or go into my overdraft and all that.
Agreed.
That's one point I really want us to take out from that.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Evangelist Tolu. Some people become, depressed or sad when they open their present, on Christmas. Some people open on Christmas Day, some Christmas Eve, and when they open the present, and they found out that it is not what they want. My sister was saying before the beginning of the year, she will plan what she wants to buy for the son and all that. And some people, they've gauged, this is what I'm expecting from my mother, or this is what I'm expecting from a friend, or from my husband, or from my wife. And they didn't get what they expect. How can we, moderate our expectations on gift during Christmas? So we're not expecting too much and we're not aiming high. And on that Christmas Day, when it's supposed to be a time of rejoicing, celebration, some people are actually sad.
Are we expecting something from God before He gave us Christ?
I love that.
No, were we expecting? God knew that we needed something, and He gave us Christ. So I think, like I was saying before, we need to change our orientation, our mentality regarding giving. Should be whatever that is being given unto me, I should accept it with joy. I don't know that particular verse in the Bible when they were giving, and we have a lot of people giving, and Jesus said to the disciples, "Who do you think give most?" They were looking at the big people, and Jesus said it was that woman, because she gave all what she had, right? Our expectation during the Christmas period should be moderate.
Wow.
Anything that is being given to us, we should accept it with joy.
Wow.
I don't know if I'm making any sense.
Yes, you
How
are.
should we be expecting? If I'm expecting a car from my dad, and I wasn't getting the car, and he gave me a toy, I should accept that is exactly what he could afford. And that is what He gave to me. What were we expecting from God before He gave us Christ?
Wow.
So our expectation shouldn't be that high, or should be, I'm expecting this and that should be given unto me. By the time you unwrap that present, you should accept what you're being given with joy. Actually, you never asked for it. They gave it to you. So why is the point of you questioning that I was expecting a car or they gave me that? No, to me, I think it's wrong. That's what I can say regarding it's really wrong.
Do you have any objections towards that?
Not really an objection.
I'm using the lawyer, the lawyer one.
Yeah, not an objection, so to say.
Right.
I think people do or plan Christmas differently. For example, when our children were young, they believed that this Santa will come and give them whatever they ask for.
Yeah.
Now, when your children are growing, they know that it's daddy and mommy that buys this gift. So what we'll personally do is the children will say, we want this gift. We give them options. The one I can afford, I will say, I'll think about it. The one we cannot afford, we'll just let them know. That you know what, we cannot buy this for you, and give you reasons why we cannot buy it. So I've never been in a position where my children actually open gifts and they don't get
Appreciate it.
Yeah, because I've already explained to them and they don't over expect. So
Definitely.
if it's something that I cannot afford, I let them know that that's too expensive. Maybe next year or when you're this age, of, so they understand. The only difference is on Christmas they get what they are expecting.
Okay.
So I think that communication should also be at home, because really what you don't want is your children or anybody opening gifts
And being
Yeah.
sad.
Yeah.
I'm being sad,
Being
yeah,
sad about it.
I understand
You know,
that, but
we're talking about,
in that respect, yeah, the
Yeah.
open communication should be there.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I would have at least had the conversation with them that what are the things that you wanted for the Christmas.
Yeah.
But from my own point of view,
Yeah.
anything that I bought for them, they should be contented with it. I think it's down to the discipline, because the
How you train
expectation.
your children.
Thank you very much. The expectation are quite high.
I understand.
And I know what my son told me, that this is exactly what you want for the Christmas. I said,
Yeah.
you know what? I'm not giving you this, but I will give you something that you will love. And he accepted it.
I like that style, and if that is working for you, that is good. We're all entitled to what works for our own. But you said something, two things I really want us to look at here. You said something from the beginning, that God did not ask us before he gave us Jesus Christ, which I love that.
No.
When we're expecting something from people, it's a gift.
It's a gift, yeah,
We're
definitely.
not supposed to be expecting it. It's left to that person to say, I want to bless this person.
Thank you
So we
very much.
shouldn't raise our expectation so high to the extent that we get depressed, when we open our present. That is
And I'm so sorry to interject. I work with some ministers that
Yeah.
they were telling us that, actually telling me that during their birthday, these are the things that they really wanted for their gift. And to me, I think that's wrong. Dictating the kind of a gift, what you want. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So I get what your point was, and I get where you picked it from. Again, you said something about your children, that you have dialogue with them.
Definitely.
And I believe, everything we're saying, I always like to take things in the spiritual realm as well. As a child, when we don't know what to ask for, when we're praying to God, we can God knows what we need, and he will give us. But as a child, when we have a relationship with God, we start to have dialogue with God.
Definitely.
And God will if we ask God for some things, he will tell you as a father to say, I'm gone. You're not ready for that now.
That's right.
Yes.
I will give you that when I know will bring glory to my name.
Okay.
Not because you ask for it or because you want to show off. Because
Okay.
God knows our motive. And we have to be careful. Our motive, our mind is something that God is always working with. So we have to know how to balance the two. Like a minister of God telling you, oh, I want you to buy this for my birthday and that.
Whatever you ask for,
Yeah.
being given to you is no longer a gift.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's so true.
That's what I was
That's
saying,
so
yeah.
true.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for that. I hope we are able to pick one or two things from that. That's so eye-opening, and I really like your suggestion. Right, Yvonne sent this to us. They said, I hate it when people give me cheap stuff on Christmas. I prefer they don't give me any present. This year, I am only giving gifts to those who give me something valuable last year. Right. What have you got to say to Yvonne? Yeah.
Wow.
You see, it's because people are becoming too materialistic. When somebody gives you a gift, it might be very cheap, but it could be that that's the only thing that they can afford. What I would advise Yvonne is, please, accept whatever gift that you're giving. Accept. It's just like when we go to church. I don't know if she's a Christian, and we have just £1 or 10p. That is what you have. If God should base our giving to how he blesses us, many of us will not be blessed. So if somebody has even 50p and say, you know what, I really love Yvonne and I want to buy this gift for her, you shouldn't place, value and say, you know what, I don't want cheap thing. Nobody likes cheap thing, but it's a gift. And because it's a gift, please accept it with love. That's what I will say.
Okay.
Thank you. Do you have anything?
Two things. What is the motive behind the gift,
Yeah.
and what is the heart? Right, that's the thing. If you happen to be a Christian, I think you should be able to accept whatever that is being given unto you. And there's a particular verse in the Bible that if God should mark sin, now you saying that you only give gifts to those people
who can give.
I'm so sorry that shouldn't be coming out from you. I'm really so sorry about that. Yeah,
on this show, we don't condemn people.
We don't condemn
because we want people to be free to able to hear their opinion and to express their feelings. But we will just advise and give suggestions how we think things should go. You know, because we are all at different levels. We have to always understand that. That is our own understanding.
Yeah, definitely.
And it could be that she's related to her family. For me, I've told my family, they know what I like.
Okay.
Yeah?
Okay.
They know.
Okay.
They know that, okay, she likes this perfume or that and that. I've kind of listed it. So maybe that's where she's also coming from.
Right.
It depends on the family. But if it's somebody that is not maybe
from outside,
who really loves you and wants to buy you a gift, I would say accept. But you said something about when you ask for something, then it's no longer a gift. Please, I've asked for so many things. When you give me, it's still a gift.
Yes, to you, it's still a gift. Yeah, that's fine. But the reason why I said that was because you were expecting that. A gift should be something that you don't even know what to say.
It has to always be surprised.
A surprise.
Really?
Thank you. Yes. Thank you, Good News Sunday, for joining us this afternoon. Thank you, Sharon. Thank you, Emi. Thank you very much for joining us. Princess Falakemi, it's been a while, I've not seen you. She's wrote a lot of things down here. She said, I agree with Sister Ehinor. We are all entitled to our own opinion. Saving for Christmas is a good idea. It is time you make everyone around you happy, and it does not mean you don't give at other times, but Christmas is a very special period. Thank you for that. Sharon said, I don't think I had any gift on Christmas Day in my childhood. Christmas gift shouldn't be what you are expecting. It is a gift. They should appreciate whatever it is given to them. Thank you for that. And Precious said the art that matters. She's saying that it is the art that matters, not the gift. And Sharon went further to say, if people can't afford expensive gifts for themselves, don't expect them to buy it for you because you love expensive things. I love that. That is so, so true. And sometimes don't expect back what you give people. Even when you give them expensive things, that is you. That is the level that you are in your life. Don't judge them to say, or don't expect too much again. It's raising our expectations too high that they have to give us something. They might not be able to afford it. That's all they can afford. Thank you very much for that. Please help us share this video because I believe a lot of people will be blessed by it. Now we are talking about our childhood memories, and I will start with Ehinor because I had this discussion with her and she said, if I start telling you everything about my Christmas childhood, we won't finish the show, but we're giving out the opportunity now. So how did your family celebrate Christmas?
Well, first of all, I want to say thank you to my parents.
Aww.
Yeah, Barrister and Dickness Itaotaibe. Because when you told me about this topic, it really brought me good memories. And my childhood celebrating Christmas was really wonderful. And honestly, if I have another opportunity, I will go back to those memories. It was so good. We used to start our Christmas maybe from November. My dad already has places he's going to take us to. We lived in Benin, city in Edo State. So we would have planned with friends, family, to maybe go to Ogbazu for those in Benin. We'll go to Eka Amusement Park. We will go to the museum. We had different days. Then we would tell, definitely we had dialogues. And maybe that's why it's easier for me to also communicate with my children. They will ask us, what do you want? What kind of dress do you want? What kind of food do you want to eat? So we'll go to Leventis. We'll go to those supermarkets and buy our gifts. Then what I loved... So my dad would take us to a car. We will go and see Father Christmas. We'll go for swim. Oh yes! We'll go to every Christmas. We'll go to see Father Christmas with families, uncles, and their children and friends. Then let me just jump to Christmas Day. Yeah. It's the part I love most. Because what my dad used to do, I don't know about now because they're getting old, is that we'll buy goat and chicken. And we don't kill it until that day, that morning. he would have, paid people to come and kill that goat. We would look at the goat being slaughtered.
Wow.
Then while they are slaughtering that goat, we've taken English breakfast. Then my mom makes ogbono soup.
Wow.
I'm talking about real Ishan ogbono soup now, where you have stock fish, dry fish and all that. And real pounded yam. They would have eaten that. It was all about eating. After that, they would have done the goat, they would do pepper soup. Then she moves to the fried rice. I can't remember if we used to do jollof. I think it was more of fried rice and salad we would do. Then you will see these visitors coming. It was so, when you wake up in the morning, the first thing you hear is, we wish you have Merry Christmas. She will always do that. I
have to join you tree. To say thank you to Daddy and Mommy, because
I never appreciated what they did until now.
Thank you.
We had wonderful memories. Some visitors would come, we would do like a party, then after that we start thinking, okay, we want to go out. So we go out to visit friends, then come back, and the Christmas never finished till maybe first week of January.
Wow.
We are still so it was so wonderful. Going out to those parks, going to the museum, going to the zoo. I don't know if they still have those zoo and all that in Benin. It was so nice. Going to Ring Road, It was really, really, my childhood Christmas was fantastic. And honestly, I really want to say thank you to my parents, because they really went the extra mile to give us a good Christmas.
Thank you. Thank you very much for sharing that with me. I can see Evangelist Tolu nodding his head. I do.
Actually, not nodding. I was fidgeting.
You were fidgeting. Right. Okay. I would want you to say your experience. I'll have to give you another question. So, what were those things that you look forward to during Christmas?
You mean back then or
yes,
now?
Back then.
Back then, yes. I never had the opportunity to see the Father Christmas, but at the same time, I thank God on behalf of my parents. But one thing I remember back then was the goat and the chicken that we will kill. I will be the one looking after it since October. I'll be the one to, we have this, they call it Iwe Akintola. I'll be the one feeding that goat. So that and also the remnant from the pub, they call it Iri.
Wow.
Yeah, when you are doing the pub, the pub thing that they drink, they have some remnants.
Okay.
So I'll be using that remnant to feed that goat. So I'm the one in charge of that.
Really?
You hire people to kill. I was the killer then.
No.
I mean the goats. Yes, don't worry. I will explain myself. I will be the one that will slaughter. In the proper English, I will be the one that will slaughter the goats back then. So these are the things I always look forward to. Then also we always have we used to have a party. We invite people from the church, from the family. I can tell you, the whole family will be in our house on that day. And that day, I can tell you, they always have these this thing that you use when you are fully full.
Constipated.
So they call it one name, please. I don't know.
To go to toilet.
Because to go to toilet, yes. Because that day I will eat as if there's no tomorrow.
It's a medication.
It's a medication that
you use to
toilet. Yeah. So because it's a non-stop eating. You know what I mean?
This it's not Gaviscon. It's for
when you're having a stomach.
But this is one of my questions. Why do you have to overeat?
I don't know.
Because it is the joy of you seeing the family, the people that you don't normally see, or you're around you seeing the family. And I let me tell you something, there'll be so many food on the table on that day, and I have to taste every single one of this food. So then I'll be full and and the joy around it, you know what I mean? Eating the chicken, the goat that you slaughter, having things like that, the chicken, and also jumping up and down. So all this memory, I love it, and I don't think we've ever erased from mine.
Can you please, share with us what were those, or the gift that you have ever received, and that you cherish, most among the Christmas present that you've ever received?
Are you asking me that question?
Yes, as a child.
I bless God on behalf of my mom. See, they always, we are not opportune to be having clothes all the time, but I always look forward to jeans. No, honestly, because that once in a year, I know they will be buying me clothes. So I'm always looking forward to a new shirt, a new clothes. So those are the things I always look forward to. And then my mom, they've never disappointed me regarding that, because I know every year they will buy me new clothes.
And jeans.
Rather be just cord draw. You know those cord draw back then. All those cord draw.
Even the producer is nodding.
Yes,
He's
you know those
hating
cord
in
draw.
here.
Yeah, I always look forward to it, and they never disappointed me. So those are the things that I always remember, that before the 25th. And also, they will take us to all those, then we call it tailor. But now it's called fashion designer. They will show us all those conductor. Jesus Christ. You don't know conductor? Oh, yeah, because you're in Barista's house. That's why. They will show us
I believe
that.
Ehinor is posh. You're too posh to understand that.
Maybe there's
It's a form of a word that you have a short something like this. It's called conduct. It's like a suit. It's a mini suit. It's not suit. It's not suit. It's not blazer. It's confused. So that's why.
Right, Evangelist Tolu, thank you for those memories. Thank you for sharing that with us. I do really appreciate you, sir and ma. If you're watching, it is a joy. And as a parent watching us this evening, you have to really ask yourself, what time am I investing in the life of my children? How am I investing love? How am I sowing the seed of love that they will grow up to remember later in their adulthood? And that is why, as a father, you cannot afford not to be present in the life of your child. As a mother, you have to be present every time. And I don't mean you being there physically, but you have to be there before them, spiritually, emotionally, financially, and be there to be a role model to them, to guide them and to let them know the beauty of family. And that's why we're doing this show. Thank you very much for coming to share your memories with us. I wish I can share my, but I can tell you they're not as beautiful as they are. Yeah, right. Isn't every family that is watching us right now that is as lucky as you are to celebrate Christmas, or the way you have celebrated it? How can we reach out, to those children that they do not have father or parents, during this season?
One of the great gifts about Christmas is the spirit of giving, which means that your giving should not be restricted to your immediate family. When I was growing up, another thing I saw my parents do was that while they are writing the list of the things that we want as children, there was another list of people that they wanted to give gifts to, whether family members or neighbors or workers. They had this very long list that sometimes they will ask us, what have we written this person? So I saw that, in my growing up. And that is why it is unique and it's very important that while we are buying gifts for ourselves, for our children, let's be sensitive to know the people around us who do not have at this time. People who maybe they have lost a family member, it's a time to give. It's a time to go out. When I said saving, that saving is not just for, like yesterday, for example, there was a woman who could not even afford a bed sheet.
Wow.
Now, that woman is not going to be thinking of turkey on Christmas Day.
Definitely.
So, what we did was to make sure that we didn't just buy bed sheets, we bought everything that they needed to be warm and to charge a light and gas because they had children.
Right.
So that's part of giving. Because if I decide to buy a dress for that woman, she might not appreciate it.
Definitely.
So in your immediate environment, whether it's on your streets, in your workplace, in the religious home, look for somebody that actually needs, to be reached out to, because that's the reason people get depressed when they don't have anybody to give to them. So let's not just think about self. Let us also think about others who do not have. It's very important that we do that this season.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. If you're just joining us, you are Team T Beautiful Mind, and we are live here in the studios of Beam TV. Peace and joy, and reaching out to all over the world. And the number you can connect with us is 0161 248 7733 extension 5. Please, I want to hear your own story. I want to hear your experience. What was it like for you growing up? how do you celebrate your Christmas? And you never know, you might win my beautiful, book. If your story is the most outstanding one, I might give you a copy of my book. So please give us a copy in the studios. I love something that Anuyemi said. She said that was the children Christmas food syndromes. When you overeat and you have to go to toilet. I saw that and I said, I needed to read this out. Thank you very much. Just like Ehinor said, look around you for families, individuals, kids that are homeless, that are sad, they're not happy, they need family, maybe their father is not home or the mother have left them and it's just the father looking after them, and they need a female figure in the house. You can just prepare a Christmas meal for them, or you better still, you don't let any single mother celebrate Christmas on their own. Invite them into your home and prepare a meal for them. Make them feel happy and loved during this Christmas. That is what Jesus would do. Somebody posted something on Facebook of recent. He said, if you are gone, or if you are to leave this world, what do you want to be remembered for? An act of love that you would do for somebody during this season might be what you might be remembered for. So please, think carefully and doing something that it is very, very significant. So we're going to the food aspect now. Right. The best food is cooked. You get, to eat more than you ever wanted. Evangelist Tolu, told us that now. And you get home, prepare a meal if you have a good cook. Some people order a meal during that period. And the table is set. Some people go out of their ways to prepare the table during Christmas. Right. I want to hear, what is it that you have on your table during Christmas? And before that, I have this Christmas shout out that I want to say. This is from Evangelist Mrs. D.A. Aderotoye, aka Mommy Joy, all the way from Nasarawa State in Nigeria. She said she would like to give a shout out to, she's got a very long list, and please bear with me. If you want me to give a shout out to your loved ones or your customers or anybody that has been good to you, please send them in and I will do the shout out for you. Right, this other list. Sister Bukyola Anyonwu Yi, Sister Comfort Kolawole, Tolu Aderotoye, Brother Tunde Olamilo Losoye, Pastor and Pastor Mrs. Daniel Kayode, Pastor Mrs. Dani, Pastor Mrs. Mbede, Pastor Mrs. Blessing Olomu, Apostle Hope Nosa and family, Pastor Mrs. Ezekiel, Pastor Olu Ezekiel and family, brethren from Ado Kasa, and Pastor Jacob Oga. Mommy is saying a big thank you, for your encouragement all through the 4 years of Night of Joy that comes up every second Friday of every month. She said she would like to say a shout out to all of you out there, and you will never stop rejoicing even in this new year that you're going into. Thank you very much, Ma, for sending us your shout out. Right, Evangelist Tolu, what is your favorite Christmas food? When you want to sit on that table, what is it that must not be left out?
Yeah, even though I was born in Osun State, but I'm actually from Ondo State, Ikale. And I remember back then, my mom used to prepare this wonderful, sumptuous, and very palatable pounded yam for me with egusi and all the other extras. Mm-hmm. And when I got married, my wife took the baton as well. So the food I would love to have on my table would be pounded yam. I've never mixed it.
You've never missed it? I've never missed it. Year?
Every single year. Wow. I love to see. The jollof rice, I always say is a kid's food. I'm so sorry, but I want to see that. Yeah. Yes, it's a best food. Yeah. But I want to see that pounded yam with not just the soup, but with a lot of all these things that assorted, they call it assorted. So I want that on my table, and yes, I really love it.
So and that's still even now doing Christmas now?
Definitely, yeah.
For me,
Yeah.
right from growing up till now,
Yeah.
if there's anything I must not miss, is that pounded yam and ogbono soup. Because it reminds me of home.
Definitely.
So it makes me, it's a kind of, when you want to console yourself.
Oh, yes, yeah, you're right. Yeah,
So
you're
we
right.
got the extra money to have the stockfish, the dry fish, and
Yeah.
everything. But Christmas cannot be complete for me if I don't eat yam and stew.
Ah.
No.
Wow.
Just the pale yam, yeah?
So not turkey.
No, I make turkey for people, and I make the best turkey, but I don't eat it.
Wow.
No, I don't. It's too big. I don't eat it at all. But yam and stew, and in that yam there will be stockfish, there will be dry fish. There's no bushmeat here. You have all kinds of meats. Then I will sit when I've served everybody. I want to eat my yam and stew, and once I eat it,
and has that changed?
Yeah.
it can never change.
Every year.
I was just wondering if there's a way they can sell yellow yam. The yellow yam in Nigeria, in Saland.
Yeah, you
But they don't have.
There's a particular, I'm not advertising, but there's a particular people on the Instagram, you can order for it and they will
Really? Honestly, if I have to
No, you can't talk about them here. They need to
advertise.
I'm not mentioning any names here.
Yeah,
Right.
mine will be yam and stew.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Viewers, listeners, please, I want to hear, what is it that you can never miss to have on your table on Christmas Day? Right from your childhood that has become a tradition, or an habit now. I really want to hear you. Please, colours. Yes, mine is so simple. It's just fried rice. I'm down with.
Sorry, I think that's so boring enough. I'm so sorry. Yeah.
No, I love my fish.
Cocoa.
No, I love my fish. I love my fish, fried rice and plantain.
No, that's it.
Yeah.
On Christmas Day.
On Christmas Day, yeah.
So,
I want to hear what you...
I was even planning to come and say hello to you on that.
No,
I'll have to make it. If you love pounded jam, I will make pounded jam.
Yeah.
Right. You said something before, Evangelist Tolu. You talked about having to eat excessively. And yet, everybody is not being fed on Christmas Day. Or do you think it's everybody that gets to eat on Christmas Day?
No, not at all. No.
Why do we waste food on Christmas Day? Why?
Yeah, I think it's that mentality of that we eat and we eat to stupor. Yeah, if that's the right word. Yeah, we shouldn't be doing that because it's not the right thing. But it's just because of that celebration mood. It's the time of the year that you don't think about anybody else again. Like she said, you never thought about the neighbors that are not being fed. You never thought about the people lying there not having the clothes on. It's just about myself, which is wrong. So a lot of food being wasted on that day shouldn't be. But that's why we have in this program that anytime you're having all this time together, always remember your neighbor, remember the people that are out there that they've not even had any chance to even put something on the table. But going back to your question, it's because of that celebration mood that we have in the people all around us, you just want to eat and eat and eat and forget about other things. So.
Ehinor, that has become a tradition. Can that tradition be eradicated?
For me personally,
what you say now might be a blessing to somebody out there. So you better pray and think carefully.
To be honest, I see Christmas like any other celebration. So whether it's birthday, graduation, or marriage, whatever it is. And for me personally, when I'm having any celebration, I cook more than I should, more than enough, because when I'm cooking, I was taught while I was growing up that I saw my mom just cook and expect that people will come maybe the next day to eat. And we grew up with that mentality that, okay, this is Christmas, I'm cooking, somebody may come tomorrow and eat. So it depends on your motive for cooking. I could cook maybe the big turkey. I know that how many children do I have? People will come and eat, but it's not going to finish. But I know that in a week's time, somebody will be there that doesn't need, doesn't have food. I don't know if it can be it's like saying you want to get married or you're having a birthday party. You're going to restrict yourself. It's going to be difficult, but we can try not to waste it. We have freezers. We can put in freezer. I don't want to say it here, but I was honestly clearing my freezer for the next shopping for Christmas. And I realized that there was this thing I tied, and I'm thinking, what is this? I opened it.
It was
talking from last year.
Oh my God!
And it's just been there.
The turkey that you saved up for.
You know, so sometimes you can, cook them, keep in the freezer, and but I don't know if we can
It's very
eradicate
difficult
it.
to eradicate,
This time of celebration is just, it's once in a while.
The key into
And whether we cook a lot or not, that does not stop people from being hungry.
Please, I really want to hear your views. Do not leave just the three of us on this show today. I want you to be part of it. And for you to be part of it, I need you to give us a call right now on 0161 248 7733 extension 5. 248 7733 extension 5. What will you do? Can we stop this tradition of wasting food and some people getting, overfeeding on Christmas Day? Can we stop that, tradition, or is this something that we cannot stop? We have to live with it for the rest of our life. Right, we're going to the family session now. I've tried to sub-edit this topic today, or the discussion or the segment, and now we're going to the segment of family reunion. It is really, really important. I believe both of you said it, that during Christmas your doors is open to families that you've not seen, your uncles, they all come, and this might be overwhelming for some people, having to have to face their family. Listen to what Sue have got to said. Sue said, I wouldn't be joining the family this Christmas because I keep measuring myself with my siblings. I feel I am not successful as they are. They all come with their spouses and children. I am the only divorcee, and I am also struggling financially. I can't keep pretending. That is why I won't be going. What do you think you should do?
Are you asking?
Okay. It's open.
For me personally, I think it depends on the kind of family you're coming from. Whether you're a divorcee or a widow or whatever it is, or how successful you are should not really matter. But for her not to be comfortable, it means maybe there's something going on in the family. Does she feel worthless amongst the siblings? If that's the reason, definitely she's not going to be comfortable going. So it depends on the family, and that's why people need to be, I used the word before, very sensitive to love people unconditionally. Somebody who is not successful today may become very successful and may be your helper tomorrow. So whether as a family member or friends or whoever that person is, you shouldn't, kind of put that person down. And if you're in that position, I don't think anybody that's alive is unsuccessful.
That's it.
Nobody, until you're dead, because there is always one thing that you can, pinpoint to say, this is what I have achieved in life. And the fact that you have life, there is hope for you. So you were a divorcee, but there are people maybe who have gone through what you went through that are dead. So you're not dead. What you need to do is build your confidence and be comfortable with who you are and what you're doing at the moment, and strive to, work harder. If you're not comfortable, you feel they are more successful. What is it that they are doing that you are not doing that is making them more successful than you? But in all of it, I want to believe is because of the kind of family she's from. For my family, I don't think we would naturally put anybody down, or anyone will feel uncomfortable coming around us because of their status.
Thank you very much. Evangelist Tolu, do you think she has got a valid reason to neglect the family Christmas tradition?
No, not at all. I work in the health and social care sector. I think what she's subjecting herself to is emotional torture, because this is coming from Sue, not coming from the family.
Thank you.
Right. Yeah, she's a divorcee, she's a widow, she's not successful. That is from her home point of view. But if you ask the other family, maybe they don't have this impression on them. What I would have said is she should grow up and try and redefine her mind that the family might not be thinking the way she's thinking at the moment. Get on, go on, celebrate with your family. Do whatever that happens, and I agree with you, Barrister, whatever that happens in life happens for a purpose. As long as you still have that breath in you, you'll still be successful. But because you're still a divorcee, you are not financially buoyant as they have, doesn't mean that you shouldn't celebrate together. So she's just torturing herself emotionally. The family might not be thinking that way. So she should be celebrating with the family, get on together, and I believe God will see all these things and coming next year, or coming next time, she'll be more buoyant and she will have her own husband beside her.
Thank you.
Yep.
If I was Sue, this is what I would do.
Okay?
Because sometimes we labeled ourselves.
Yeah.
And a lot of battles that we fight on our mind are not what people can see or what people are actually fighting us with or for. It's usually with ourselves. So if I think I'm having this to be like a limitation between me and my family and it's stopping me and it's like a barrier, I will go to them and explain my situations to them. And I will let them know what I'm feeling or how my situation is, and I'll leave it at that. Is that a right thing to do?
To me, I think that is of no point. You not having a children, not having a spouse of your own, and your brother, your sibling, are having theirs, that doesn't mean that you shouldn't relate together. Yeah, that's the thing. So I'm actually not getting it. There's no point of me meeting them and saying, you know what, because I've been going through these emotional torture that I've not got my own thing, I won't be able to come and celebrate with you. To me, it's of no point saying that to the family. Just get on. That's what I would say. Just get on and celebrate with the family.
You were going to say something, you know.
For me, I don't know her full story.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to look at it from another point of view. Do the family make her uncomfortable?
Yeah.
That's number one. Number two, I don't really see any reason. If you want to talk to your family, it's good to talk.
Oh, yeah.
Because you never know, like you said, they might not even know that you're thinking that. But if you talk to at least one person, there must be one person, you know, in the family that you're closer to say, you know what, I really feel uncomfortable, or I feel I'm not successful enough. This is my struggle, right? If the family, they are reasonable, they are good, they are loving, they will be able to help her out. So I would say if the family are like that, she can talk to them. There's nothing wrong, because if you have challenges, who do you really want to talk to? It's family first.
Yeah.
So I don't believe in keeping quiet, and sometimes it's easy for us to say move on, grow up and all that. You don't know her childhood as well. You don't know what she's been through with relationship. She's a divorcee. So if she's somebody that has been abused and has low self-esteem, it's going to affect so many things. So what she really needs is love, and for her to be able to express herself. Because until she expresses herself, she might not be able to find help. And the family too, you know, should be able to embrace her and accept her for who she is and make her feel very comfortable.
Yeah, but remember, this is coming from Sue. Yeah, like I said, yeah, there should be open communication. But in life, there will be challenges. In life, there's always ups and downs. Yeah, I will encourage her, like you said, to approach the family. But that doesn't mean that because she's going through all this, she shouldn't celebrate with the family. I'm just trying to change people's mentality that if you are going through something, it doesn't mean that we shouldn't celebrate. We all have different challenges in life.
You're saying that because you are not in that situation.
Oh, yeah.
And it's easier for you to say. Because I was talking to somebody and he said, when I am in this state of depression, I can't see anything.
Oh, yeah.
I don't hear anything. It's like you're in a dark place. And probably that is where Sue is at this moment.
Okay.
And that is why it will really, really do her a big favor if she speak out.
Okay.
Because I believe, this is my own understanding again, families are to stick together.
Definitely.
We are supposed to help each other. We are supposed to cover each other's back. We are supposed to cover each other's shame. And if I have a family and I can't open up to them, there is something
There's
going on.
something, yes, yeah.
And that's why we're discussing this, that we should be more sensitive during this period. Even though it is a season, a festive period that everybody seems to be happy, but it is not all that is happy. We need to be sensitive when we are around people. Stop flaunting your own house that you've just built or you've just bought, or your car. That you don't have to flaunt it. Oh, my daughter or my child just get admission in this big school or university, and you know somebody in that environment doesn't even have a child. You know, we have to be sensitive when we are around people, and that's why I'm saying that.
You're right.
I don't really think there's anything wrong in flaunting.
When you're happy, flaunt it.
Personally, I don't flaunt.
You said something, you said something the other time that no matter how you eat, there will still be some people.
Exactly.
These fingers that
So,
are looking at
example.
there will be always be people out there that are depressive. There will be people out there that they are going through low
There
mood.
will always be.
There will always be.
There will always be.
So if I have something, I need to show it to the world.
Yeah, what if I want to buy a car or a house, and then I struggle to buy a house? You're telling me not to flaunt it. Why?
And to you, it might not be
Because
flaunting.
it might not be flaunting. You're
That's
just
the
talking
thing.
about that you have a house. I think people should have a right to do what they want to do.
Thank you very much.
People should learn to celebrate others. So if somebody is flaunting a house, so to say, or flaunting children or flaunting whatever, you pray to have that.
Thank you.
Work hard. People have worked hard to be successful. So you cannot stop somebody who has worked hard to be successful
In life,
not to flaunt.
No,
If you
no.
don't want that, you should work hard to flaunt.
It's like you've been
You
looking
know?
for the fruit from the womb for the past 40
You know
years.
something.
Then you can,
And God gave it to you, and you're not telling me that I'm not
because
doing
a
it.
neighbor doesn't have.
No, I'm just what I said. Maybe I wasn't clear enough. You know, I said something from the beginning. God sees the heart.
Okay?
Yeah.
And those
exactly.
people that are flaunting,
Yeah.
God knows.
Yeah.
And those that are celebrating and thanking God, God knows as well.
Okay.
You understand? So we have to let our motives be right, so that people around you will not feel, they have a sense of saying, this person is showing this to thank God, and this person is just doing it to mock me.
That's what I was going to say. If you're doing it to mock somebody, that's different. But
You
if I'm
understand? So
just
we
going
have to, there's a thin line. We have to be careful.
But who am I to judge? Who am I to know that this person is
Exactly.
mocking me?
Exactly.
I'm so sorry. It's like you're taking it to, who am I to say?
Except I know personally, then I say, oh, I have this.
This is what Edna, thank you very much for joining us this afternoon. Edna said emotional intelligence.
Thank you.
That is what I'm discussing here.
Yeah.
We have to be...
No, because you said we should stop flaunting.
I'm
No.
so sorry. Emotional intelligence in one way.
God,
God,
sensitive to other people's feelings.
no, sorry. How?
That is not topic for today.
No.
I'm going to invite the two of you. We're going to discuss about this topic.
You said stop
about this.
flaunting. Why should I stop flaunting?
No, actually, I'm not flaunting.
You're not
To you, if you think I'm
flaunting.
flaunting, that's you.
Exactly. This is what I want you to know.
but you
That
cannot
some
base-
people are flaunting.
No, you
And
can't
some
say people are
you can't
flaunting.
say
You can't say
people
that.
are.
No, you can't say it.
How do
Some
you
people
know?
are praising God, and some people
But
just want to show
How
off.
do you know that?
What's wrong showing off if I want to show off?
Okay.
No, can
What's wrong
I
with
producer?
Can I
ask one
wrong
question
with
before you
showing
go?
off?
We are
Can I ask one question?
talking about Christmas
It's
here
part of
today.
it.
All right, okay.
We're talking about Christmas here today.
Okay, you celebrating a Christmas party, you are flaunting it.
Exactly. Or if you go and buy turkey and you put, people to be free to. Exactly.
Thank you. He says Folakemi is helping us to solve this now.
Solve it, please.
Mrs. Folakemi said, I think it depends on your definition of flaunting. We need to be sensitive. Thank you. That is what I'm saying. We need to be more sensitive.
As to what?
Okay, Oluwakemi Ayodeji said, thank you, Ma, for joining us all the way from Nigeria. Success and hard work looks good together, but we all know we have so many underworking people out there who are not successful. You're very right. Very, very true. Yes.
So for her drinking this water, she's flaunting because there are some people back in Africa
cannot buy
who
a
cannot
bottle
afford
of
a bottle of
water.
water. I'm so sorry.
I love that.
Yes.
I love that. I really
Yes, you
love
are
that.
flaunting on this show.
Because Barista is flaunting our water.
I'm so sorry.
It's true. Because people are going to say, why is she drinking
Water.
All right.
People
People
will
will
always
always
talk.
talk. We
Yes.
have to,
People
we
will
have
always
to
talk.
conclude
Yeah.
that.
So that emotional intelligence, I don't want to hear it.
No.
No, it is a good thing that you have to study. Emotional intelligence is quite good. It is good.
Allow people be happy for their
Yes,
success.
yes. Thank you very much. I really love this conversation, and we're going to revisit it. I can see it, and I'm going to invite both of you. You better don't say no. Both of you, right? But for you to renew your mind, to see beauty in everything, for you to be able to celebrate with others when they're celebrating, for you not to be interpreting things when you see things, for you to know that God that I've done theirs will do mine. You need to renew your mind. You know, I said that because that is the way some people think, and that's the stage they are. I'm not condemning them or judging them, but that's the stage they are. Everything they misinterpret it. They have meaning for every letter that you say, your body language, they read meaning to it. And we're praying for these people as well, that their mind will be renewed and they will see things the way God sees it. And they will be able to celebrate success and handiwork when they see one. Thank you very much for that. Thank you. I love that topic, and we're going to revisit it. And I'm not, going back. Right, let's go to decorations now. During Christmas, we see a lot of decoration. Even some that are not Christians, they decorate their house. And some people, they've turned into contribution and competition. My decoration is going to be better than yours. This is going to be massive. Mine, Would Christmas season be the same without the lights and the trees?
Definitely more.
Evangelist
No. Like I said before,
Yeah.
Christ is the light of the world. Indirectly, the people out there, whether you Muslim, Hindus, Jewish, they are celebrating Christ because by putting on the light. Go out and see the streets. Everywhere is lighting up. To me, that's Christ. The light come into this world. So yes, Christmas won't be the same if there's no this light out there, because that's what you can say. Oh yeah, anytime you see this light out there, oh yeah, Christmas is around. I've been to one. There's a street very close to here. In that street, it's like a. I don't know, maybe they've sat down and planned this. It's like you're walking into what's called a den of light. No household in that doesn't put out what's it called, the Christmas lights, and it makes that environment to be so beautiful. Even people go there, take a selfie, and then that's the beauty of Christmas, to be honest.
Do you think there wouldn't be Christmas without the trees and the lights?
No, there won't be Christmas. Right from when we were growing up, in fact, we have to wake up 1st December with the Christmas tree and lights.
So are you
Because
saying now,
that's the
and
uniqueness
I
of
really
Christmas.
want us to think carefully before we answer anything now I'm going to ask. Are we saying now the people that can't afford the lighting and decorate their house or get the trees, they shouldn't celebrate Christmas, or they don't know the real meaning of Christmas?
The truth is, that's a different question entirely. Can we celebrate Christmas? Will it be different?
Yeah.
It will be different because what makes Christmas unique is even the lights. You're celebrating birthday, you don't put on lights.
Thank you.
You're celebrating your graduation, your wedding, what makes it Christmas is all of this. That's why there's so much hype about
Remember
it.
back in the
isn't
day, you used disco.
Exactly. Yeah, that you like.
Yeah, that you like.
So,
Yes.
you see, when you're celebrating,
Yeah.
that doesn't mean that you're not thinking of those who don't have. And if you don't have, it's because you don't have. That's why you're not buying it.
Yeah.
That's because somebody doesn't have. Then
Yeah.
I shouldn't buy a Christmas light. It is unfair for those who have worked from January to December.
Yeah.
Do you understand? I've really worked hard because I want to have a
And if God lay it into your heart, you can just buy it for your neighbor that doesn't have.
Last year we actually when we were celebrating our 7th year anniversary, the wonderfully made woman, we actually gave Christmas lights to some of those women who we knew that they won't be able to afford Christmas lights. But honestly, what makes Christmas unique isn't it the light? I always say I want to go to Piccadilly. I want to go to Trafford Centre to take pictures of those lights. That's what makes it unique.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I understand where they are coming from. I totally agree with them. I just want to add this, and for our viewers and listeners watching and listening this afternoon, please celebrate Christmas. in whatsoever shape and form you can do it. But do not think that without the light and the trees, you cannot celebrate Christmas. Because Jesus Christ is the light. And Jesus Christ is the one we are celebrating. And we shouldn't take the attention away from Jesus to this light and the Christmas tree. That's just what I want to add. Thank you very much. Olu said, and the houses around us are decorated with beautiful lights. My children said, I am not a true Christian because I didn't decorate our house or buy a Christmas tree for the sitting room. I am not ready to pay exorbitant energy bill because I want to satisfy them. What have you got to say to Olu?
First of all, I don't know if the person is in the UK. Christmas light has different sizes, different prices. Yeah? And you don't have to put your Christmas light on from morning to night. When my daughter was saying, oh, mommy, look at this person's light, it's always on. I said, I know that house, they're on benefit. And that was the truth. And she said, what does that mean? I said, because I work hard for my money.
Okay.
Which means that I cannot put on that light. When we are not at home.
Tonight, yeah.
Why would I want to do that?
Right.
I can put it in the evening when it's dark and it's beautiful.
And just to chip in, most of these lights, they're on a low energy consumption.
Exactly. That's another thing.
Yeah, it's not like they don't consume a lot.
Like yesterday, we just put on the one in the window. Oh, it's so beautiful.
Yeah.
But if, you have to know I don't know, sometimes we become so spiritual and forget that we are human, and because what I'm saying this is, how much are you going to spend in putting on Christmas lights?
£50 extra.
We are talking about once a year.
Yeah.
Just the way you will go the extra mile to have birthday parties. These people, most time, I'm not saying him, if you look at what they spend their money on, they are sure they buy. The gillies they buy. That sometimes they don't even remember their children.
They travel to
We're
Nigeria
talking
for a party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're talking about once a year. What will it really take you? That's why I was talking about saving. If you're going to save £1 a day for just that Christmas light, how much is it going to be a year?
Yeah.
How many times do you want to, after 25th, it's not like Nigeria that they put on light till end of January. After 25th year, that's the end.
Yeah, the first
so
January
sometimes,
is off, yeah.
just doing those things to make your children happy, it's really no big deal,
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Please, viewers, I want to hear your views. What do you think? And please help us share this video, because my guest here this afternoon, they're releasing some powerful things, tools, and even enlightening us this afternoon. We want to be blessed. We don't want to remain the same. We want to change. We want to progress. We want to do things differently next year, and that's why we're having this show. So please help us share this video, because others will be a blessing to others as well. Right, Olu is asking, Tolu, Evangelist Tolu, you want to know that is it being insensitive to their needs, to the children's needs?
In what way, sorry?
Not having the Christmas lights and the Christmas trees on.
No. I remember back in the days, my dad put, like I said, they put up the Christmas, the disco line and things like that. Yeah. And to me, I believe I should do it for my own children as well. So it's something that we need to do for our children, even though we are not buying to having all this light. Yeah, but because the children remember that whatever we are doing it for, not for ourselves alone, for the children. That's what they wanted. Let's give it to them. So having that Christmas light does not being insensitive, but it's something that we must have, at least just to make them happy during this Christmas period.
Thank you. He went further to say it doesn't want them to focus their attention on the Christmas trees and the lights. So you want to know what is the best way to explain to them that Christmas is not all about glitters and lights.
Okay.
The Bible says, train up the child the way you should go.
Yeah.
When your children are brought up in the way of the Lord, they understand the difference between Christmas lights and celebrating Christ. I will go back to birthday. It's like saying, oh, let me leave birthday. Wedding, for example. Oh, because I don't want you to focus on the reason we are getting married. Then we're not going to buy wedding dress or wedding suit. That's what he's saying. Because at the end of the day,
But to me, I believe you don't have to spend
See, we're talking
expensive
it
money.
doesn't, you know,
don't have to buy a wedding
I
dress.
started with
You don't have to do what, sorry?
You
You don't have to.
but you wear a special dress. You're
But
not
not
going
a
to
special
wear
dress
jeans
on
on
that
top.
day. Are you going to wear jeans on that day?
You see,
I'm so sorry.
that's why I said sometimes Christians become so spiritual.
Spiritual,
And you see why a lot of children are now going on the streets.
Yeah.
Because we don't want to understand them. Everything is God, 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 which is
No.
good. Now is Christmas. So if you have been bringing up your children, they should know that Christmas is about Christ.
Not just light.
Not just light.
Yes.
Yeah? It's like when it's a child's birthday, the first thing we will do is to pray in the house. Does that stop us from having a party?
Okay.
No. So does my child now feel birthday is about cake? No. So for me, I would say honestly, sir, if you
Over
have the
spiritual.
money,
Yeah.
you can even go to Christmas tree is cheap. We are talking about making children happy, making children not lose their self-esteem, and this is one of the reasons. You know, maybe the reason I'm doing what I'm doing because my parents went that extra mile.
Okay.
And I wouldn't want my children to lose that self-esteem.
Okay.
It's Christmas period.
Because they will
People
carry
are
on
buying
from- they will carry on
Christmas
from there
tree.
as well,
Even
yeah.
if it's a little Christmas tree, and say, you know what, I can't buy the long one. This
The
is what
6 feet.
I can afford. Oh, I can't buy this big light. We can put small light. The children will understand that daddy doesn't have a big one. Tomorrow he might have, or next year or 2 years' time.
I think thank you very much, Ma. You have summarized it in just 2 words. And I love the last bit that you had it. You know, it's training up your child in the way they should go when they're very young, not when they're teenagers. When they can ask a question, then you will not start to defend what you should have taught them. They should know that the trees and the light is not the real Christmas. It's Jesus that's come to save humanity, to save us. That's what we are celebrating. That is one. And again, I think the second part is you being honest, open, and having a communication, a dialogue with your children to let them know that we cannot afford a big tree during this Christmas or at this period or during the season, but we can get something just tiny. And you go out together, go to the Christmas market, you know, look around, take pictures, and buy the little one that you can afford. You don't have to break the bank again, we are saying, but explain, communicate, and let them understand the true
Can I just
meaning.
add one? It's just like when you're having a birthday party, even if it's not in a hall, it's in your house.
Yeah.
You want to buy balloons. You want to decorate.
Yeah.
Does that take the focus from who is celebrating? No. Years ago, there was a time that our Christmas tree, the light was just, it was just small because, things were not really good financially. I remember when we were doing the tree yesterday, and even years back, we've been, kind of upgrading. And my daughter said, wow, mommy, I said, buy this, that you put. You went to buy 2. It's too much. Do you see? She has understood that years ago we couldn't buy this, but now we have upgraded to a bigger tree. That is what is about communication.
Yeah.
But to say you don't want their focus to be, I just feel that is very unfair to the
It
children.
depends on the way we bring them up.
It's because if you bring them up where they know that it's about Christ, then we have to celebrate because we are human.
My daughter, she's been singing about Christ, Lord. I mean, so everything is centered around Christ. So,
Thank you very much. We want to say another shout out now. On behalf of Beautiful Mind, we want to say Merry Christmas to all our guests that has been on our show this year. And we said some last week, and we're saying some this week as well, and we'll continue next week. Pastor Christian OK James, thank you very much. Lizzie, thank you very much. Monique, thank you. Farai, thank you. Pastor Andrew Eluwa, thank you. Kishai, yes, thank you. Irene and Penel, thank you. Efoe, thank you. Melin, thank you. Pastor Yomi Olujobi, thank you. And Sonia, thank you very much for being a blessing to us. Dr. Ingrid, thank you very much, Dr. Ingrid, all the way from Chester. Mike Kelly, all the way from London, thank you. Thank you very much. And Kemi Ajayi, Patrick Kemi Ajayi, thank you very much for being a blessing to many, many lives. Thank you. We do really appreciate your time and support. Right, we're going to the shopping side of it now. So many sales is going on. When you go to the shop, you go to the street, what you see is buy, buy, buy. They just encourage you to come and buy and buy and buy. So why do we spend so much money during this season? I know you smiled. Is that because you have a lot to buy during this Christmas?
You mean me?
You.
I don't have a lot to buy. So I'm a very disciplined and very
So
strict.
why do we spend so much money during this season?
It's just because of the festive period. That's just the answer. People, because we have a lot of what do you call it? Black Friday, Black Monday. Things are very cheap, and people know that these are the time that there will be sales everywhere. So, and this is an opportunity for them to just spend, because they know coming in January, February, that thing that you bought for £5 will be skyrocketed to maybe £20. So that's the time, like she said earlier on, I like that. I've saved up for that period of time that I need to spend that money to get those things during that period of time. During the Christmas period, we have sales. During Christmas, we have Black Friday and Black Monday. Things were cheap and things like that. So I think people go extra mile and buy things. And that thing that they bought is for them, actually. They keep it or they give it out, but it's not that it's really useful for them. They don't just buy things and being kept in a way, not using it for the next couple of months. But it's not that they really know that when I buy things, I buy it cheaper and it's for me. So people will spend loads during Christmas because it's the period of the time, it's the time of the year that people know that I have to buy things and buy. And that thing has been key into our mind that we must go out there and buy things.
And do Christmas shopping
and
for
do
people.
Christmas shopping for people as well, yeah?
Yes, thank you very much. I have another question for you.
Okay.
How would you handle a spouse who is pressurizing you for an expensive Christmas gift that is above your financial capacity?
I'll tell the spouse I don't have. Because simple as short, you know what I can afford, and you're asking for something extraordinary. For a start, any spouse that really loves you would not do that. It's only a spouse who is taking advantage of you that will do that. And I see it happening in the UK, in Manchester. A lot of women are under pressure. Their husbands are not talking to them because they are demanding for this and that. Some are actually demanding for monthly allowance. So much is going on these days. It's not like those days where most men, generally take up responsibility. Now, a lot of men are now this fine boy, six-pack kind of man that the woman will have to buy their love.
Oh my God.
Yes. The woman will have to buy their love, and we get them on a daily basis, whether it's Christmas or Valentine. So please, if your spouse is telling you to get what, has your spouse bought for himself? Has it bought for you or herself? I think it's unreasonable to ask for something that your spouse cannot afford.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's unreasonable.
When we're talking about spouse here,
a man or woman.
are you talking about married couple or people that are?
What's definition of spouse?
Spouse is a married couple.
So they are married.
Oh yeah, they must be married.
I just want us to. I'm asking this question so that we will all be on the same page.
Yeah.
This is my own understanding. You said you're married to somebody and that person doesn't know what you earn, how you spend your money. You're not transparent in your finance with that person. The person can demand something that is out of this world.
Why would
from
the
you.
person demand?
Because probably the way you're spending your money or the way you're communicating to them, they think you earn more than what you earn.
It depends.
Because you're not transparent
it's not about that
in your
it
finance.
depends. Where I come from, I'm from Edo State.
Yeah.
I'm from Ishaland. Where we come from, the men don't care how much you earn. They don't want to know. That's what makes them a man. Look for any Isha man. I don't know if some have changed.
I've had that before.
For example, my husband doesn't know. He doesn't care. I will run to him to say, where I'm anything. Oh, congratulations. That's it. Sometimes I say, this person. He doesn't care. My mom is retired. She's a retired principal. Up to date, my father cannot say, this is how much my wife was earning. It's not about being transparent now. It's about how the generational thing. My dad knows that, my mom is a principal, for example. It would be unfair for him to say, go and get me a car. How much does a principal earn? So if your wife is not even transparent and works in a bank in the UK, You know how much they earn.
Don't say that.
Wait,
you said something that I love. You said you went to your husband to say, Honey, I've just taken my wages, or this is my wages.
No, I don't say I've taken. No, it's not. I don't tell. He doesn't care. Isha men don't care whether you are earning millions or whatever, and they will naturally not demand for something that is extraordinary. Okay. If you love your spouse, we are talking about communication. We talk about
family.
Parents communicating with their children.
We are talking about spouse.
We are talking about spouse. You know, what is wrong in telling your spouse, you know what, I would really love a car. You know, can you get me a car? Yeah. And the wife can say, do you want to kill me?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, I think I can afford that, because some people can afford it. It's about communication.
To buttress what you're saying, I don't care how much my wife earns. She managed my own account. So she knows that, she managed my account. Anytime
but that's this transparency that I
she managed my account. So she knows that if she wants something,
she knows what is in the account.
And I don't care about how much she earns.
Adenika, you said something about asking for something that is extraordinary. Let's even forget about knowing the account or no account. You have asked for something, a bottle, and your spouse, whether the man or the woman, because some women are unreasonable as well, and your husband or your wife is saying, that's too much. You don't have to say, but because you are working. No, it's a gift. We started with it's a gift.
Yeah, definitely.
So,
we're going to leave this.
We need to be reasonable with that. We just need to be reasonable.
We have two topics now that we're going to revisit. Thank you very much for that.
I will tell that spouse to pack it in.
Exactly.
Caroline, thank you very much, Caroline, for joining us this afternoon. She said it is interesting. Yes, it is really, really interesting, because I believe when you know what my capability is, you won't demand a lot from me. And it's because you don't know what I'm capable of doing, that is when you will demand a lot from me. Then I have the responsibility to say, hang on, Oni, I don't add up to that. This is what I'm, this is my value. This is what I'm worth. This is what I can afford. Then communication sets in as well. Again, we have a question here. How will you explain to your children now, Evangelist Tolu, that you won't be able to give them some gift because they are beyond your reach?
Yeah, I said it earlier when we started that here. It's something I've already embedded into their mind. Yeah. I knew what my son asked me for this Christmas. And I knew that if I give him that particular gift, he won't be serious during the what's it called, in his schoolwork. Remember, there's a difference between needs and wants.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So I know giving him that particular gift will make him to be serious. So I said to him, you know what, son, I will buy you this gift, but you have to bear with me. I can afford it, but because of your studies, if I buy you this thing, that will take over. That would just thank you very much. And he understood every single word that I said to him and was contented with it. So it depends on the way we bring them up, what we put into their head. But if you happen to be a father that doesn't care, and your son asks, I want this, and I can't afford it, they will keep on saying, I have a very bad dad. So it depends on the way that you bring them up.
Thank you. You mentioned the word contentment, and Edna mentioned that before, and that's, I just wanted to buttress that. She said that the contentment is very, very important. Even as adults need it, the children need it as well. And we need to be transparent, as a parent as well. There's nothing stopping you to say, I can't afford this. Even, you don't have to use the education as excuse. You can just tell them, Daddy and Mommy cannot afford this during this period. When is next time, or give them a time, we will look into it. And that will be. Right, we're talking about Santa now. There is a myth, about this Santa that says, that Santa comes from the North Pole with gifts, to some homes. If a child, like you told your child now, if you study really well and you study, some people actually told their children, if you're well behaved, Santa will give you a beautiful Christmas present, on Christmas Eve. Is Santa real? As a black man, don't give your answer as a black man. Give it.
There's nothing black man here. There's nothing about color here. Santa is just a fictional character. There's nothing like Santa. But to going back to your question, my daughter 3 and my son 6, knew that there's a Santa, and I wouldn't lie to them. I didn't say yes, and I didn't say no. But I didn't use the word Santa. But they know from what they learn from school, what they watch on the on TV, that there's a Santa. But my 11 years old boy is grown enough to know that there's nothing like Santa that comes from North Pole or that comes from Ekiti.
When did he have that understanding?
I think by the time he started growing up, yes, maybe he just got it from outside.
So
But
you didn't tell them?
I didn't. I wouldn't have that discussion with him because I want him to find out. There's some
Himself.
things, like I said, there's some things that you will tell the children. You don't want to lie, and you don't want to put things that they will haunt onto you in future. So I just said to my daughter, "Oh yeah, Santa, I've gotten you a Christmas present. It's there. Go and take it." I remember last week, Friday, Saturday, when we went out to go and see Santa, my son didn't go in. I said, "Are you not going in to see Santa?" I said, "Daddy, there's nothing like Santa." So he managed to find out himself that there's no
There's
Santa.
no Santa. I believe I told my son from a very young age. I just told him the truth.
But there's no Santa.
There's no Santa.
But in school, they will tell them otherwise.
No, he knows. He told them in school.
Oh, that's good.
He told them. You know, just like this Halloween. From home, we discussed it.
Oh, yeah,
there
we
is
know
nothing
that.
like Halloween.
Definitely, yeah,
And when he
definitely.
get to school, he was able to tell them. So
Definitely.
talking about transparency and telling the children know the truth. Sometimes the parents want them to keep, in that realm of believing that, there's this fantasy that, but I don't believe in that, sorry.
Yeah, so there's nothing from North Pole. Yeah.
Right, in reality, some people go through depression. We've come to the end of this show, and I don't want us to just laugh about everything and forget that in reality, some people actually, whether people are flaunting it, maybe their mind is playing off, maybe they're not in tune with reality, maybe they're depressed because of what they're going through in life, maybe because of husband just left, wife just left, and during this season, this is the season they feel so isolated, and they look back and think they have failed and have nothing to celebrate. Can you please, we recognize these people because I see them and I talk to them. Can you please, encourage such people that might be watching with us this afternoon?
All right. Last week I was talking about be happy regardless, which is raising awareness on how people can, keep well mentally and emotionally. This period can really be depressing, especially if you work, if you're a community leader, you see a lot of things. People have lost family members and all that you have mentioned. My advice is, I will say it again, as long as you have life, there is hope for you. There is hope for you. Sometimes in life, we always hope that everything is rosy, and it's not the reality of life. Even Jesus, who knew he was coming to die for us, he knew there was a crown for him in heaven. At a point in his life, he said, "God, you know what? This thing is too much. Come and take it." There was a time in Jesus' life that he was sad, he was depressed, because he didn't know that pain was going to be too much. And that is how it is in life, It's Christmas period, people are celebrating, we are laughing, maybe you don't even have anything. Celebrate life. It's not easy. Just like I always tell people, if there are 10 things that have not worked for you, or you wrote your vision down in January and December is here, and you're thinking, you know what, I've not achieved anything, or I lost somebody, or somebody walked out of my life. The fact that you can see December is enough reason to celebrate. And if you have family, friends, people around you, don't just stay isolated. Look for where to go. Look for where to go, even if it's going to town, if you're in the UK or even in Africa, wherever you are, just find happiness. I put on Instagram this morning, I said happiness is a choice. Because the day I took that video, so much was happening in my life. And when you see that video, you won't know what was going on, because I have made a choice to be happy. When I wake up, there's so many reasons that you want to be depressed. Not just Christmas. Christmas is just one day. Know that very soon, in 2 weeks' time,
Be
2
over.
weeks today.
Be over.
By this time, Christmas is finished.
Yeah, it'll be over.
Yeah? Be happy. I encourage you to speak to somebody. If you're depressed, speak to somebody. Look for help. Don't stay in isolation, and always know that you are not alone. You are not alone in that journey. There's so many people also going through it. Seek help. If you need counseling, seek help. If you need food, seek help. You'll be surprised that somebody just close to you can give you that answer that you need.
Yeah.
Thank you. We've come to the end of this show, and we will not talk, we will not leave without really explaining to people the true meaning of Christmas. Evangelist Tolu, can you please share with us this afternoon what true meaning of Christmas is?
Yes, thank you very much. The Bible says in the book of 1 John 5:11, and it says, this is the testimony that God has given us a life, and that life is His only Son, Jesus Christ. And that same John 3:16, for God so loved the world that He gave His only begotten Son. Christmas is all about Christ. Yes, we have the Christmas light. Yes, we have the tree. Yes, we have the pudding, the food. But let Christ be the center of that celebration. When we were born into this world, people congratulate us. Then from then we have our own birthday. Jesus Christ was brought into this world, and His birthday is on that. No, He might not be born. We don't know the exact day. But the real thing is we are celebrating Him on that 25th. Let that Christ be the focus, be the main frame of our life. No matter what we do, let it be the center of everything that we have been. Because as you are celebrating Christ, we'll be celebrating with Him when He comes to take us home as well. Look at your neighbor. Remember, God loved the world. You should love your neighbor as well. And the Bible says, the people that you know, that you speak to, if you don't love them and you say you love God, you are a liar. So, if you say you don't love people and you say you love Christ, you're a liar. Please, love people around you. Love your neighbor. Celebrate them. As you are doing that, you are celebrating Jesus Christ.
Thank you. We have actually come to the end of this show today. And I want to say thank you. Thank you very much for always being there. Thank you for staying tuned this afternoon. Thank you very much for your contribution. If I've not read your comment, that's because you didn't say anything. Or if I didn't mention your name, maybe I am not seeing it. And if you're just joining us, thank you very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If you have been affected, by anything that we have discussed here today, please, please, please do not suffer in silence, because help is readily available. We're studying the book of Luke in my family because of Christmas, and we wanted, we studied, is it Luke 5, is it 8? But I'll tell you the story. Is when Jesus, when He had 5,000 people with Him, and He has been taking them for work, teaching and all that all day without feeding them. And got to a stage that they were hungry. And one of the disciples came to Him and said, Master, we can't just send these people away. They are hungry. They need to know. And somebody said, what do we have? What can we feed them? Said nothing. But one little boy said, I've got this 5 loaves of bread and 2 fishes. And he said, okay, bring it. 2 things I want to bring us out here. If you are going through anything, you need to identify that you're going through issue. You need to be able to say, I need to eat, I am hungry. You need to be able to say, I need a friend, I need a family, I want to be around people. You need to identify that. And secondly, somebody that was there did not say, this thing can only feed me. He left it, he brought it so that he can feed everybody, because you didn't know what God is going to do with just you releasing that little token that you think you have got. That little token that little boy had fed over 5,000. In fact, they had leftovers. So please, speak out, because you don't know. One person, little boy, might just be somewhere that will be able to bless you, or that person that you will share your story with, or what you're going through with, might be able to tell somebody that's got a master that will be able to help you and bless you even during this period. So please, speak out. That is the word I'm going to leave with you this afternoon. Until next week, when I will be bringing another informative and educative topic your way. I remain your host, Adeyinka Adeomi. Thank you very much. Bye. Thank you to my producer, AY the Ambassador, for putting all of this together. And I love you all. Bye for now.
The truth can hurt you, or the truth can change you.